Hey there, Forrest. Alright, unmuting. Give me a chance to switch over. Boop! Alright. Oh, and there we go. Let's begin. Need to get you more games on that. I know where to look for them, I just haven't used this emulator much, so. Alright. Let's go on normal mode. There are a number of dead ends and potentially fatal choices in the game. It is recommended you create multiple save files before you play. The story in this game is a work of fiction. Any resemblance to any real person or location is purely coincidental. It's a bright sunny morning. The air is filled with the joyful laughter of students. There's more activity than normal in front of the school gate. A crowd is forming as students are being called over. I wonder what's going on. When I peer into the center of the hubbub, I see my friend and student council president, Ise Ryodo. Good morning. Lovely weather we're having, don't you think? Why do you look so surprised? We announced at last week's assembly that this month the student council should strictly enforce school rules. I've been tasked with performing inspections to ensure students are in compliance with school rules. Now, it goes without saying that everyone is subject to inspections, even old friends. Now then, uniform inspection time. Let's see. Collar, check. Pant hems, check. And your socks, check. Next is the contents of your bag. Notebooks, textbooks, pencil box. Not even a whiff of contraband. Your nails are evenly cut, and your haircut is sensible. Indeed, quite remarkable. You're a model Tsukimihara Academy school dude. Sorry, must be a glitch in program. Someone like you ought to consider a future in student government. You'd be perfect for it. Oh, but I'd never try to coerce you into joining the student council. We aren't like that. Now then, off to your classroom. Enjoy your day. Before I can reply, Mr. Diligent, student council president, is on the next student's inspection. Hungry for gossip on their way to their classrooms, the students jabber about the inspections. Things are always so gently bustling in the morning. Another peaceful beginning to another peaceful day. Alright. Yeah. Ah, shoot, I missed one. Let's see. Chimes raise curtains on humble days, precious as a handful of gold dust. As I enter class, I see Mato with a bunch of girls. Why he's so popular is a mystery.
なんだいつの間に来てたんだい悪いね地味すぎて気づかなかった
This asshole. Hey, when did you show up? You're so quiet and dull, I didn't even notice you.
お前とはほら
Even though we've...
1年
Hey, we've been friends since our freshman year, right?
まあでも気にする必要はないんじゃない
Don't sweat the fact that you're as boring as dirt. It's not like you can help it.
誰だって才能あ
I
ふ
mean,
れる人間
anyone would seem boring when
退屈なや
stupid
つに
when
見えてしま
compared
う
to
から
me.
ね
It's a little early for so much abuse, but as a Shinji Mato, it can't be helped. His arrogance is almost palatable. I don't know what he's saying, but it makes all the girls squeal with joy. Actually, let me rephrase. His popularity isn't so much mysterious as it is unnatural. I was just doing a little math tutoring. This stuff is beyond easy. For me, anyway. Wait a sec. Hey, Mato, this isn't the answer to this question. Isn't the answer to this question totally wrong in every way? What in the... I'm the one who solved that. There's no way it could be wrong. But look at this. Since when did 2 plus 2 equal 5? I'd never make such a stupid mistake. It's all your fault. You're the idiots here, not me. Given we know Shinji is a player, mayhaps he reprogrammed the girls to like him. Would make sense. As Shinji raises his voice, the girls all panic and run to their desks. I hate dealing with the proletariat, especially when they think they're my equal. It's really pathetic that these worms don't know their place. That's why I like you so much. Even though you're boring, you know not to steal my thunder. You're the ultimate sidekick. Shinji flashes me a smile. It's weird how I never take offense at the way he talks to me. By some strange twist of fate, Shinji Mato and I are friends. How we became friends was... I can't quite remember how it happened. I want to say we met in spring sometime? The bell for class rings as I try to recollect. And who should fly through the door but our homeroom teacher, Miss Fujimura. Phew! I made it! Good morning, And... Miss Fujimura trips, falling painfully onto the floor. As she lands, her head strikes the corner of the platform at the front of the classroom. The classroom goes dead silent. Every student's attention is focused on the same thing. Again? How does she manage to trip in the same place every time? Listen, you, this isn't the time to be making stupid jokes. You're right. She isn't moving. Did she get knocked out or something? A few brave students get out of their seats and crowd around the still comatose Fujimura. Hey, Miss Fujimura. Miss Fujimura? Are you okay? What? Huh? What's wrong, everyone? Hey, class is about to start, so get back to your seats, pronto. Miss Fujimura jumps to her feet as if nothing had happened. It's almost as if the memory of her sudden and violent trip to the floor was totally erased. As this happens all the time, no one seems to notice or care enough to say anything. No one gives a thought to how odd it is for this to happen every single day. The scene playing out before me seems to never change from day to day. Same exact lessons, the exact same subject, the exact same content. Today we're going to study the biography of Dr. Peaceman, a talented physician who... Miss Fujimura is conducting class today the same way she does every day. You may not know, but when I was young, an unknown pathogen was the cause of a serious epidemic. In fact, outbreaks were common, but now most illnesses are cured using nano thingymajigs. And FYI, I'm still young. This will be on the test, so be sure you don't forget it. I mean it. Her ensuing laughter stopped short at her eyes, which seemed deadly serious. Just as everyone is about to call Fujimura out, the bell signaling the end of class rings. Alright, that's all for today. Be sure to study hard tonight, and don't forget those important points I told you about. While today's class wasn't all that boring, it is a relief when the bell rings. As the bell signaling the end of the day sounds, students begin to break off into small groups. Thank God that's over. I was getting sick of all the busy work. Being a student sucks. The worst part of the whole deal is having to attend these stupid classes. You're still here? Oh, that's unusual. You don't have any plans, like a date or something? I'm just messing with you. I know you're too big of a nerd to ever get a date. I mean, you're just going to your dork club, the journalism club, right? Well, seeing as you're as boring as stale white bread, your life is exactly as it should be. You know exactly what your role in life is, and you stay there. Well, catch you later. See you in class tomorrow. I agree, Taika is indeed fresh and adorbs. Hey, the editor-in-chief of the journalism club was calling a general meeting. You'd better go. Look who's here. It's the newspaper club's ace. Got any leads? What, did you forget? You have to write an Unsolved Mysteries of Tsukumihara article. Come on, I told you yesterday. There isn't very much time left before the deadline. Well, whatever. Your work's always good, so I'll leave this in your capable hands. Jeez, my benevolence is like a Black Panther running around. Yes, that doesn't make sense. So that's that. I've done some of the investigating. It's your job to do the rest. Don't look so surprised. There's a method to my madness. Okay, so, about the first preview edition, the one called Gateway to the Paranormal. So listen, there's supposedly an entrance to the spirit world at the rear of the archery range. One time a male student who got bullied a lot was told to pick up trash there, and vanished. Everyone's totally convinced that there's paranormal activity going on back there. Isn't that scary? Ridiculous? Anyway, go sniff out the truth. Leave no stone unturned. Your nose and eyes are the tools of the trade for a journalist. Got it? Yes. Your reply should be yes, ma'am. Alright, hop to it. Alright, archery range. So that's back downstairs. Out of the blue, a feeling that something was moving behind the door overcame me. As a rule, students aren't allowed inside of the supply room. It might just be a rat or something. For some unknown reason, I find my eyes drawn to the door of a supply room when the door is suddenly and violently thrown open.
そこで何をしている?
What do you think you're doing? Without warning, a man appears out from the shadows. Dressed in black with a dour expression, the person in question is very intimidating. But that sense of intimidation is immediately replaced with extreme discomfort and unease. A sudden, overwhelming sense of danger gives me goosebumps all over my body. His cold, blank stare sends chills down my spine, as though he's marking me for death. For some reason, it feels as if he's deciding whether to break my neck or skin me alive. Odd. Your name doesn't appear to be on the list, but I'd better make sure. He begins to mutter under his breath while at the same time he reaches out with his right hand. The chills running down my spine gain intensity as waves of nausea and vertigo wash over me. I feel like a rabbit watching the wolf draw near. Maybe this isn't just raw terror. I think he's holding something that's making me feel this way. You're not even trying to fight. My instincts aren't as sharp as they should be. I need to rest. The note of disgust in his voice is obvious as he slowly lowers his hand. The paralysis that seemed to take hold of me suddenly fades away. The man continues to look down on me with those dead eyes of his. Students are forbidden from entering the supply room. You'd do well to remember that. The campus is about to close. If you have nothing else to do, I advise you to go home now. Is there anything else? My name is Mr. Kuzuki. I will be teaching here starting today. The man who introduces himself as Mr. Kuzuki turns and heads back into the supply room. With that, the final bell begins to chime, signaling the end of the school day. Everything begins to progress as normal, as if nothing out of the ordinary had happened. But I'm still sore and slicked with sweat, an all too real reminder of what happened. Wonderful. We now have a teacher with obvious murderous intent teaching at our school. Alright. Looking at the archery range. Oh, he caught me in the middle of cleaning. Those archery kids don't even unstring their bows. The worst is when they leave their arrows stuck in the target mount. I usually make the kids do it, but there's no club activities leading up to exams, so I'm doing it. Huh? An entrance to the spirit world? That's just a rumor, it's not real. Exams are right around the corner, so don't waste your time on stuff like that. Go home! Shoot! Shoot! What appears in the archery range isn't an entrance to the spirit world, but Miss Fujimura. Well, I can't say I'm surprised. She's the one behind one of Tsukumihara's mysteries. It's fitting. I'll report this tomorrow so I can go home now if I want. The day will pass if you go home. Alright. Humble days as precious as gold dust. Where are the buyers? As I walk into class, the girls that normally flock around Shinji Mato aren't there. Shinji seems to be in a bad mood today. His usual posse of girls is keeping their distance. I'll ask him if something happened. What? Like I'd tell you if anything happened to me, which it didn't. Nothing happened at all. Hey, know that Ice Queen, Rin Tosaka? She thinks she's so much better than everyone else. At first I thought that she would be the only one who understood how lonely it is at the top. Tried talking to her yesterday, but I got nowhere. Maybe I just intimidate her or something. Might have lost a few points for getting violent, but girls who talk back to me get slapped. I'd never hook up with such a violent, stuck-up bitch like that, no matter how hot she is. What a waste. She'd be perfect if she'd just keep her mouth shut. You agree with me, right? Right? Looks like there's some tension between Shinji and Rin Tosaka. Knowing Shinji, he probably hit on her and got shot down. And why'd you take a shot at me? I thought she was going to Spinning Star kick me next. He continues to whine under his breath. I can only imagine how sleazy Shinji was being with her. Normally his super aggressive approach works, but obviously it didn't with Rin Tosaka. Life's more interesting when it's got little shake-ups like this. Can we skip this damn prologue and get to burying this asshat? I agree. You know what? We've pretty much seen all this before. Speed up. After all, this is the third time doing this. I think we've pretty much gone through all this. Oh, our club's ace. Did you find out anything yesterday? Interesting. So it was Tiger. Of course, there's no entrance to the spirit world. Thanks to you, the article will be great. Ready for the next article assignment? Next unsolved mystery is yesterday there was a girl dressed in red on the rooftop. Rumors about Little Red Rooftop are spreading. Go find out what this is all about. Journalist lets the news guide their feet. To the rooftop! Well, you heard her. To the rooftop. Speeding through this bit. Speeding through this bit. Speeding through, speeding through. Man, I forgot how long the prologue is. And we're introduced to Leo. Oh, our club's ace. Did you find out anything yesterday? What? Little Red Rooftop vanished before your eyes? If she disappeared, there isn't anything we can do about that. Nothing we could do? What's with the editor-in-chief's reaction? It's not right. Yeah, speed up. Did you know there's a chapel on campus, even though this isn't a mission school? Seems the chapel has been here longer than the school. This is just rumor, but they say that it's haunted and magic rites are performed there. Sending you to investigate, the entrance to the courtyard is on the end of the right side of the first floor hallway. Alright, and then this scene. Speeding through. Speeding through. Still, Fujimura just falling over like that makes me laugh every time. Alright. Speeding through. Taiga is best girl. Agreed. This is where look it up in the registry at the library. Found it. Tsukumihara Academy Student Registry. Once I read through this, I should be able to remember something about myself. I open the book and begin turning pages. I immediately notice something's terribly wrong. The pages are blank. Blank, blank, blank. Every single page was blank. I reach for last year's school registry, and then I start flipping through the pages. Blank, 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 blank. What is happening here? Who am I? And just what is this place? And I believe this is where we go to the ground floor. Speed through. Speeding through because this part of the prologue is pretty much all the same. Welcome, potential master. That effigy with you is your sword and shield for what lies ahead. It will move in response to your commands. Now then, please proceed. The truth that you seek lies ahead. The motivations of the owner of that voice worry me, but it's obvious I won't learn anything by standing here. Also, there is no longer a path by which I can return. I have no choice but to head into the darkness with only this strange doll as protection. I made it. Within the deepest depths of the world beyond the door. This place must be the goal I'm supposed to reach. At least, that's what I thought. It's stifling, the aura of purity that seems to act as a ward against corrupted souls who try to enter. The feeling is familiar. It has the feeling of a chapel where the spirits of the deceased still linger. At first I didn't notice, being overwhelmed by the grandeur of the room, but to one side is a man in a familiar uniform, lying still on the ground. I call out to him, but there is no reply. I shake him in an attempt to wake him up when I notice he's stone cold. I go as pale as the corpse before me. I could no longer think coherently. All I could do is stare in bewilderment. It was at this moment the fallen effigy lying next to the male student comes to its feet with a clatter. Before I get a chance to make sense of what's going on, it suddenly twists around and comes right at me. You seem to be lacking as well. I didn't stand a chance against that thing. It seems I wasn't qualified to be here. Me? Qualifications? That's right. I should know everything by now. The truth has to be here. But now, everything's going dark. I'm not even really scared. The only feeling that remains in me is regret. Even at the very end, I was unable to remember anything about myself. Someone, anyone, if you make it beyond here, please don't forget my name. His story has ended, but what about yours? Before you write your own story, choose the vessel of your power. Alright, so we've done a woman who wields a sword boldly, we've done a stoic warrior clothed in red robes. The only one we haven't done yet is a magical fox girl. Caster, Maniac difficulty. A half-demon shaman clad in revealing robes. This servant is for players who want to be challenged by facing true adversity in battle. So this is basically the hard mode of this game. With Saber being the easy mode and Archer being the intermediate. I believe the... excuse me. Let's keep going with this. Going with the mail. Okay. Oh, last name. It was there. Speed up through this. And I believe we just go straight there. Yep. Follow him over this way. To know. And now we're in here again. An entrance to another world. Beyond this door, the previous statement perfectly describes the view before me. Walking behind me is my strange, silent attendant. It is to be my sword and shield for what lies ahead. A disembodied voice suddenly confirms my thoughts. Although I have yet to learn anything, I need to do something besides stand here. At the very least, there might be some clues to this bizarre experience up ahead. I have no choice but to head into the darkness with only this strange doll as protection. longer a typical school campus. The floors and walls, the air, even the aura are slightly off. Wouldn't surprise me to see a monster pop out from the shadows. It's very much like a dungeon here. Welcome, potential master. With a shocking suddenness, a voice begins speaking. It sounds like it's coming from the empty sky above. If you are looking for answers, you must reach the goal. Now, please, step forward. Alright. The illuminated cube in front of you is called an item folder. Inside of it is a farewell present of sorts for those about to face the coming trial. Touch it to open it. Ether shard, okay. Before you is an enemy program. It is programmed to attack on sight. Touching it will initiate a battle. But you won't actually fight as you are too fragile. The effigy given to you will fight in your stead. If your effigy is ever destroyed in battle, you will no longer be shielded from harm. To put it bluntly, you will die, so be very careful in battle. But there's no need to be afraid, for now. Just do what I say and you'll be perfectly safe for the time being. First off, why don't I explain a little bit about battles? First of all, there are 3 basic commands that you can issue in battle: attack, guard, and break. Each turn in battle is composed of 6 actions, and you'll need to tell your effigy what your strategy is to be. The enemy before you should be quite easy to defeat, as it will only perform break. Break, which is focused solely on power, shouldn't be much of a problem against attack. Now use the attack command to destroy the program. And he did. So, how did it go? One thing to know is that in each turn, you'll have to plan a series of 6 moves that will defeat your foe. The goal is still far ahead. If you must bask in the afterglow of your victory, do so while moving forward. Oh look, here comes another program. You seem nervous. Perhaps you're anxious about fighting in another battle? Do not be alarmed. That enemy isn't strong enough to harm you. It is programmed to only use attack. While attack is a potent action, using guard will allow you to defend and then counterattack. Guard can be used to reduce the damage caused by an enemy attack, but I trust you know this. Now that you know how this battle will unfold, use the appropriate command to defeat the enemy program. Yes, that's exactly right. As you may have already noticed, performing 3 successful actions in a row result in a chain. By performing multiple chain attacks, you can perform a devastating follow-up attack on your opponent. While doing multiple chain attacks in the heat of the battle may be difficult, the results make it worth the effort. Now please proceed. You should be used to the fundamentals of battle at this point, but I'll walk you through this one last time. This program will only use guard and do nothing in battle but defend against harm. But no matter how stout one's defense may be, it will be for naught against the break command. Remember, always use the appropriate command for any given situation. Alright. Break, 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 break. I'm gonna break you into pieces, like a Kit Kat bar. You have been through 3 battles and have used the attack, guard, and break commands. Someone as intuitive and observant as you must have already noticed this. Each of the 3 attacks balances each other out, creating a situation where no attack is dominant. What I just covered is the absolute basics of battle and the minimum info you'll need to know. Once you master the basics, all that's left is to test yourself in battle and gain valuable experience. Now please proceed. All of the enemy programs you've faced so far only used one move, which won't happen in a real fight. Like you, your enemies will choose their actions based on the situation and general observation. Their actions will be very difficult for you to predict at first. As you face the same enemy multiple times, you'll be able to read their tendencies and patterns accurately. Although considering your lack of fighting experience, I may be expecting far too much from you. But anyway, please try your best. Alright. Good job. Alright then, please proceed to the final room. Here we go. I made it. At the end of a very long road, after going through a door that suddenly appeared in the wall, the oppressive air of this place where the spirits of the dead still linger. Here's my goal. That's what I thought. Further in, it appears as if someone had collapsed. When I look into its face, it's the student who was following Leo just now. I call out to him but get no reply. I shake him in an attempt to wake him up when I notice he's stone cold. I go as pale as the corpse before me, and I can no longer think coherently. All I can do is stare in bewilderment. It is at this moment the fallen effigy lying next to the male student comes to its feet with a clatter. After having to fight several enemy programs to get here, it's obvious that this thing is an enemy as well. Without warning, it suddenly twists around and comes right at me. Oops. That kind of hurted. You seem to be lacking as well. I can hear the sound of a distant voice. The time has come. With your inevitable loss, I will consider this round of preliminaries to be over. Farewell. I pray you'll find peace in your annihilation. That's the voice's final words to me. I don't have the power to protest. All I can do is stare at the floor. I think I'm going to die here. Suddenly, at the edge of my now hazy vision, a number of brown-colored lumps seemed to rise from the ground. Actually, it might be that I just noticed them now. They may have been there from the beginning for all I know. Those lumps are the bodies of an untold number of fallen Tsukumihara Academy students. The guy before me wasn't the only one to fall. All of the others made it here and died, unable to do anything. And in a very short while, I suppose I'll become one of them. Maybe I should just close my eyes now. I did all that I could, so maybe it'd be better for it to end now. I refuse to give up. I summon all of my strength in an attempt to get back on my feet. However, as I try to move, an unbearably intense pain shoots through my entire body. If that's how it's going to be. No, if this is... I don't want it to end like this. I cannot ignore the intense pain coursing through my body. I've reached a point where I no longer see stars as my eyes feel like they're on fire. I feel like all 5 of my senses are being ripped from my body. I'm afraid. I'm afraid of the pain. I'm afraid of losing my senses. I'm afraid of becoming a corpse. And the most terrifying thing? Disappearing without a trace for any reason at all. It's not right that I disappear here. My consciousness, shot through with waves of distortion, screams out against the injustice of it all. What was the purpose of suffering through those headaches just to fade away here and now? What were they all for if I just fade away here and now? I have to stand up. It's okay if I'm scared. It's okay if I'm in pain. I have to rise above all of that. Because I have yet to fight of my own volition and on my own terms.
その魂、ちょっと待った。しばらく。
Hey, you soul type person over there. Wait just a second. Really, just 1 second.
どこの誰とかとか全然存じませんが、その同国、その頑張り。
I have absolutely no idea of who you are or where you're from, but your lamentation, your perseverance.
他の神様が聞き逃しても、私の耳にピンときました。
While other gods choose to ignore you, your cries have reached my ears.
羽化の御霊の神もご承覧あれ。この人を冥府に落とすのはまだ早すぎる。
And with the god Ukya no Mitama as my witness, I say it's too early for this one to go on to the realm of the dead.
だってこのイケメン魂、きっと素敵な人ですから。ちょっと私にくださいな。
I mean, I'm sure this absolutely charming soul is a wonderful person. Please, can I have it? The sound of breaking glass is accompanied by a light cutting through the gloom. I manage to move my weary body and aching head to see what's happening. I didn't notice it before, but something was slowly rising up from the floor in the middle of the room. that form. Its appearance isn't much different from that of a human being, but something was different. Clearly so. The power emanating from it transcended that of any human, or of any enemy I faced in getting here. An awesome power that seems as if it vaporized anyone it touched swirls within my body almost against my will. Someone called Clegg.
岩ではなくとも即参上。犬猿寮母から両妻狐のデリバリーにやってきました。
Even if you weren't exactly clear why you need one, I've brought you a Vulpine wife from the Imperial Tomb.
あ、なんかドン引きしてません？あなたが私のご主人様でいいんですよね？
Ah, you seem a little apprehensive. You are my master, right?
やったー！契約成立！よろしくお願いしますね、マスター。
Yay! Contract established. I look forward to fighting by your side, my dear master.
何を隠そうこのいえ、この私、ご主人様みたいな人のサーバントになりたいってずっと思っていたのです。
To be honest, the mighty I hoped I could be a servant to someone like you.
まあ、ちょっと性能はピーキーなんで、マスター的には不満かもしれませんけど、精一杯頑張りますから。
Oh, my abilities might be a tad limited, so you might not be happy with me, master, but I'll try my best. She takes a hold of my hand and helps me to my feet. From the hand she grabbed comes a sudden warmth, and then a sharp pain like I've been cut by a knife. On the back of my hand, as though tattooed, is a strange symbol that looks like some kind of crest. Totally confused, I alternate between staring at the mark on my hand and the person standing before me. And then... the noise behind me brings me back to my senses. Turning around, I see that the effigy from before is still there, now in a fighting stance. I wince uncontrollably, recalling my previous defeat at its hands. Master, if it isn't any trouble, would you please leave this to me? I will obliterate that worthless wooden toy and erase any trace of its existence from this world.
サーバントの力見せちゃいますね。お人形さん、見え見えですよ。
Let's see. Guard, attack, break, attack, attack, attack. Boom.
頑張りますね。お願いします。やっちゃいます。やっちゃいます。やっぱ人の世は儚いものですね。いきますよ。
Let's go.
ご主人様の天才かも。
The battered effigy stops moving. There's no way it'll still function after being effectively torn apart. Thanks to you, my dear master, I was able to win while using only 5% of my power. She continues to talk. However, the sound of her voice doesn't quite reach my ears. The heat coming from the mark on my hand grew in intensity during the fight, and the resulting pain has become unbearable and burns through my consciousness. The mark imprinted on your hand is your command seal. It is proof that you hold dominion over a servant. You can use it to give 3 orders that must be obeyed. Think of them as disposable strengthening spells. It is also proof of your participation in the Holy Grail War. If you lose it for some reason, you will die. Once again, I hear that voice. I somehow manage to ignore the pain and listen to what it has to say. I can understand your confusion, but before I forget, congratulations. You have endured much to make it here. Now rest for a while. You've achieved your first goal. It was an incredibly clumsy effort to say the least, but that's what made it all the more entertaining. I've had this duty for a long time, but this is the first time I've seen a master as helpless as you. Nevertheless, be proud of your achievement. Your quick thinking came as a result of nerves and rashness. Thinking about it, the voice sounds like that of a 30-year-old man. And it's really irritatingly smug. For some reason, I can see the owner of the voice as a priest, dressed in a somber cassock. Oh, you were curious about my identity? I am honored, but I am insignificant. I am merely a part of the system. I am just a guide tasked with giving a standard message and given the personality of a prior participant. I am no more than words, no more than the mountain you just conquered, no more than a record of the past. A record? So if I raise any objections to this voice, does it mean I won't receive any answers in return? Exactly. Well, this is unexpected. You've received a commendation. Something about you having a light. I have no clue who would say such a thing about me. But that short phrase struck my heart because for some unknown reason I knew the words were sincere. And as for I expect good things from you, it seemed like more of a command than an encouragement. Now, let us commence your baptism. You have proven yourself worthy of the honor. For most, the monotony of everyday life continues on without end. Your decision to look beyond the accepted and progress means you have earned the right to exist. However, you have but taken the first step. Be jubilant, young knight, for the Holy Grail War begins now. I have no idea what he's talking about. The Holy Grail War? The right to exist? That is correct. An object of great power once existed in the world, one that could grant any desire. People called it the Holy Grail, and fought endlessly in an attempt to gain sole possession of it. This war, the system you find yourself in now, is an evolution of those struggles. And don't worry, we've triple checked. We don't have any carnivorous bunnies to attack you. You stand at the entrance of a deadly struggle where many magi will perish in pursuit of the Holy Grail. Listen, magi. Had I not bestowed upon the earth desire, you'd be merely saints capable of committing sin. Now, fight to the death. The fiery throne of heaven will only receive those with the strongest of desires. The voice reverberates throughout this hidden chapel, as if it were the voice of a god. Kill? Magi? Holy Grail that grants wishes? These questions and more swirl inside my head and almost seem to carve themselves into my flesh. In war, a weapon is needed. That is your servant. They're the spear that pierces, the shield that protects. A legendary soul whose purpose is to clear your way to the Grail. That is the one who stands beside you. We call this vision a stand. Sorry, I couldn't resist. By the power of my stand, witchy woman! I look over at the young woman with the foxtail, who returns my look with a glowing smile. She is my servant. It seems you have decided, and with that decision as payment, I now open the gates to the Holy Grail War. marks on my hand, my command seal, once again become excruciatingly painful. It's over. I can't take it anymore. I reach the limits of my endurance and my mind starts to shut down. As I lose consciousness, I can vaguely hear the voice's final words. Now, let the Holy Grail War begin. No matter the era, deciding who is worthy through battle is the divine providence of man. Magi who have been invited here by the moon, show me your true strength.
ぬかるみの日常は燃え尽きた。魔術師による生存競争。運命の車輪は回る。最も弱き者よ、剣を鍛えよ。その命が育んだ己の価値を示すために。
So, Dragon Wifey IRL and a Fox Wifey in game. How does it feel? Not sure how to describe it. The sky burns. Houses collapse into ruin. People fall to the ground. Roads come to an end. The conflict started here. With this, the world that was will be restored. It is here that I alone had survived. Don't remember, never forget. Oblivion is salvation and sin. Never forget. I was born from perdition. This must be a nightmare. This had to be somewhere. It could be anywhere. These events that occurred in the true memories of childhood. A torrent of blood flows, and a voice resonating with bitter resentment can be heard. Lives fade away without a thought. Friends, family, strangers, all gone. Soldiers with guns, families trying to hold together. A grotesque struggle to the last until a gentle peace descends as death comes to claim them. I could not accept all I have seen. The question of why never left me. Even with the divide between conflict and catastrophe, why did such a tragedy occur? No, more importantly, why has this world been turned into a hell on earth? A gentle rain begins to fall. All things once living fade away, leaving only one behind. Amidst the helplessness and despair, their souls' last feelings are rage and regret. The rain wets their cheeks as their eyes close one last time, dying forgotten and alone. Seeing this, I struggle to rise from the depths of death. I will not accept what I have been shown. If I can live again, I will definitely. But there are no second chances, and before long the rain has cleansed the scorched earth. Never forget. I was born from perdition. What that means. Somehow, please don't forget it. It seems I saw some sort of twisted, distorted dream. With that, I wake up in the nurse's office. I must have collapsed and was brought here. So was that world, the effigy that blocked my way, and that servant, all a dream as well? No. This nurse's office is far different than the one I knew. It's similar, but off somehow. Ah, good morning, my dear master. Glad to see you finally decided to wake up. The overwhelming, unforgettable presence of someone suddenly appears beside my bed. I thought I was dreaming, but the ears and tail are real. There's no way to mistake her for human. Now I'm just imagining the first thing he does is he just feels that soft fur of her ears and her tail. And just be like, it's so fluffy. But after seeing her incredible powers in the fight against the effigy, I don't care what she is. If you died, I was going to curse everyone in sight. Anyway, welcome to the Holy Grail War. You do know all about the Holy Grail War, right? At this point, of course. Ah, I'm so sorry. I should have expected nothing less from my master. Okay, now that that's out of the way, let's get to the important stuff. Do you know what servants are? Yes, of course. I'm sorry. Of course you know. By the way, my class is caster. My specialty is long-range magic. My fighting style might be a teensy bit difficult to get a handle on. I apologize for that. Caster. She seems unusually outgoing, but there's no denying her abilities as a servant. Wait, if all servants are legendary souls, I wonder who Caster was in real life. Huh? My true name? I'm far too insignificant for you to bother with my true name, Master. Please, just call me Caster. That way my identity won't be revealed to our enemies, who could then use it against us. With that, my servant disappears into the ether. However, I can feel their presence nearby. They must be staying out of sight when they're not needed, so their identity can't be compromised. But how their identity would be guessed just by their appearance is beyond me. Ah, Silver! You're finally awake? I'm so relieved. You don't seem to have any injuries, so feel free to leave when you feel like it. Also, all of your memories have been restored by the Seraph, so do not worry. Any magi that seek the Holy Grail have their memories suppressed and are given those of a student. Only masters who manage to recover themselves are allowed to enter the main tournament. Now that you've regained your memories, please review them to make sure they're complete. Regain my memories? That's not right. Outside of my name, I can't recall anything of my past. I realized that everyone around me was forced to believe they were normal students. However, I cannot remember a single thing that happened to me before then. Your memory restoration failed? I cannot help you. I, Sakuramato, am just a custodial AI. My complaints were totally ignored. It seems that she can't act beyond her programming. Oh, I should give this to you before I forget. Portable terminal. She gives me some kind of portable terminal. I assume it's for getting messages and whatnot. As a participant, you should pay attention to any messages that appear on your terminal. Yay! Let's see, does she say anything else? Have you met Father Kotomine yet? Good luck in the tournament. It will test your limits. Actually, is there anything I can do here in the garden? faint voice can be heard coming from inside the chapel. I wonder if a service is being held now. But as I try to move closer to better hear the muffled voice, my body refuses to cooperate. Let's see. Ooh, you've gotten through. That's excellent. You haven't seen Tsukumihara until you've seen our rooftop. I've investigated this school from top to bottom, but there's nothing unique about it. The girl pats the walls and floors, murmuring something to herself. We've never met, but she can't be anyone but Rin Tosaka. She has a nice face and figure, gets good grades, and is popular at Tsukumihara Academy. From what I hear, she even makes Shinji jealous. However, she became popular while the school was at peace. Things are different now. That defiant gaze is nothing like the vacant smile of a popular kid. The Holy Grail War. Before I knew it, the school had been turned into a battlefield. Rin knows it too. Yeah, I hadn't registered it before, but we're all predators now. It's kill or be killed. I have to acknowledge that as the truth, even if I don't want to.
Oh.
Huh? Hey, you over there. Her eyes soften as she looks at me. Yeah, you. I haven't checked the NPCs out much yet. Aha! I know a simple way. Don't you move. Unexpectedly, her fingers reach out and touch my cheek. Such thin, delicate fingers. I realize how remarkable it is that so strong a gaze can come from so innocent a frame. Imagine that. You're warm, though you shouldn't be. Huh. That's weird, seeing a red cheek flush like that. Her face is just 3 centimeters from the tip of my nose. My heart races at the closeness. Her breath exhales warmly against my cheek and her hair tickles my bare neck. Her pat down of my shoulders and stomach seems playful compared to the harsh gaze from earlier. Transfixed, I'm unable to move as her pale fingers slide over me. Interesting. You're more well-built than I had expected. You look and feel real. Maybe more real than most people. Hey, what are you laughing at? It's to our advantage to look into everything, even the NPCs. She looks behind her, scowling. Although invisible, her servant must be there. Huh? He's a master too? No, a master should be more... Wait! That means when I felt up... She must be thinking about it now because she's blushing. As am I. How embarrassing. Shut up! I can make mistakes too, you know. Don't call me a pervert. I'm pretty sure she was addressing an off-color comment coming from her servant there. It could have been my imagination. Or a hacker. Such a detailed NPC would rarely exist otherwise. Anyway, you're to blame for being confusing. You're too bland to be anything but an NPC. Nothing but a blank look on your face even now. Were the prelims just too boring to jog your memories? Ooh, she touched on a subject I would rather not think about, even in jest. It kind of grinds me to a halt. No way. Your memories still haven't returned? That's really not good. Once you enter the Holy Grail War, the only way out is to win. Leaving prematurely isn't allowed. Even without memories or previous battle experience, you still have to fight. Oh well, doesn't matter. You'll be defeated in the Holy Grail War soon enough. As the concern disappears from her voice, I glimpse the real Tosaka, my opponent in the Holy Grail War. It isn't personal. She considers everyone in the Holy Grail War her enemy. This woman doesn't understand that she's nothing compared to you. Are you letting her say that? Unlike my servant, I have no witty response to my future rival. I have to win. Now that I know what's at stake, I have to win. Well, I guess I pity you. We're not cracking into the system and destroying it. We're hacking. I don't know what's on the other side of the Seraph's Wall once it goes down. Did your soul get jarred after you made it to the main event? If it's lost or unreadable, then how about you investigate later? Well, in any case, you don't look like you're cut out for fighting. Thanks to excitement or nerves, everything feels unreal. No matter if you have memories or not. Can't help feeling like you're in a dream. It'll be hard to win feeling so disoriented. So I've lost my memories. Who am I? What's my story? What am I even doing in this Holy Grail War in the first place? All I know is that I'm a master with a servant at my command. Once your opponent has been decided, it's like the tournament has officially begun. What? You don't know who you're fighting? You'd better go find Father Kotomine. Okay, but if he offers me Mapo Tofu, I'm out of here. Congratulations. You have been deemed worthy to be a participant in the Holy Grail War. You may call me Father Kotomine. I am an NPC assigned the task of supervising the Holy Grail War. As of today, you and your fellow Magi have been given the honor of fighting in the arena up ahead. The war is run as an elimination tournament, with the Grail being awarded to the last person standing. In other words, the participating masters will kill each other until there is only one person left. Simple enough to understand, yes? Even a complete idiot should be able to understand the rules. Masters get a 6-day preparation period before elimination battles, which occur on the 7th day. I'd advise you to use the time given to devise the most efficient means of slaughtering your foe. On the 7th day, you and your foe will fight. The winner lives. The loser is deleted. If you wish to make a query, speak now. The right to ask about the rules is given to all. I believe we've asked about all of these, so I'm prepared as I can be. I see. Good luck then. Is something troubling you? What was that? You have yet to be informed of your first round opponent. Wait just a moment. Strange. There seems to be a system error. I will locate your opponent by tomorrow. One last thing. Masters that continue to advance will be given a private room. Your room will be located in classroom 2B. Please enter this password into your terminal. Well, the time for conversation has come to an end. The door ahead leads to the arena. For today, concentrate on becoming accustomed to the inner workings of the arena. The arena entrance uses the same door you went through during the preliminaries. Good luck. Hey, Silver! You'd be willing to do your poor teacher a tiny little favor, right? Right? Oh, thank you. You made my day. So, my favorite kendo sword has up and disappeared. I stashed it in the supply room, but it somehow managed to find its way into the arena. Since I can't go in there, I need you to get my kendo sword and hand it over during the first round. I'm not here all the time, so you'll want to check back every now and then. Thanks again. Alright. kill some time in the arena. Hang on. Ah. Master, remember that once you're in the arena, you're committed. Leave and the day is over. Be sure to get your shopping and rumor mongering done before heading to the arena, okay? I understand, thanks. Well, in that case... Let's see, how much money do I have? I have 1,000. Let's check with the shop. Items. As the 128th and final qualifier, we of the Student Council welcome you, Silver Shinobi. Kotomine might have already told you, but the Holy Grail War is divided into 7 rounds. Until the winner is declared, we of the Student Council are here to support your efforts. Good to know. Alright, into the arena we go. Go to the first floor. The first chimeric lunar sea. So this is the arena. Wow. Look how stark and uninviting this place is. There's an ungodly number of enemies prowling about. But fear not, I can take them out for you, Master. Seeing as this is your very first fight, why don't we just aim for that enemy over there for today?
狩りの時間ですね。
Let's see. See, there's a fountain here. Heads up! There's a weak little enemy coming right at us. It really shouldn't be a problem, but if you fear for my well-being, press square to use healing items. You can also use items while we're tail deep in battle as well. If you could shower me with healing on a regular basis, that'd be great. My defense is sketchy at best.
こんなの朝ごはん前です。
Alright, trying to remember how this enemy works.
見ていてください。
Oof. Okay.
百里を行く者は90ですよ、マスター。 見ていてください。感謝です。
Ouch. Good thing I bought all those, ether powders. Oh, this is a rough first battle. She was not kidding when she said her defense wasn't that great. Time for some Gouda.
ご主人様ファイト。
I know about Gouda, but she was getting cheesed!
頑張りますね。感謝です。死んでください。はい、お粗末様でした。サクッと次に行きましょう。
Treasure, get!
行きますね。バリバリ呪う
Try this.
やっちゃいます。それ。乗ってきた。
She runs in the traditional way of the shinobi, or her tits are too heavy. Really, it's one of the two. Why do you think she has a tail? It balances herself out.
いきますよ。それ。それ。存分に恨んでくださいましね。お疲れ様。経験値をありがとう。チャリン。
I like the way she says that. Chatty! Never compliment my sounds. To be fair, you know, I don't think you've made any, like, sounds that are as iconic as Miko. I mean, I don't really have any sound like that myself, do I? Right, now I remember. Those enemies are like 221, 221. Oh, okay, that's just there it is. Could you get me something fried next time? Would a fox enjoy takoyaki? Yeah, it'd be a bad idea to fight this one. We might want to pass on this one for now, Master. Aha! I was literally about to ask. I was
こんなの朝ごはん前です。
literally about to ask if any of the enemies this early on respawn.
見ていてください。やっちゃいます。それ。さあ、もっといい声で泣いてもらいましょう。バリバリ呪うぞ。
Ow. Once you exit the arena, your day is done and you can't come back until tomorrow. If you're finished here, by all means, let's go. But are you sure you want to leave? Not much else we can do here.
本日はここまでということで。
Master, I noticed earlier I can't reach my full potential. I'm not at full output. It's not your fault, Master, but the more you get used to fighting, the more I'll kick butt. Let's explore the arena again tomorrow. Oh, look at that happy smile. I'm invincible when my master is threatened, so don't worry. Anyone in our way will get cut down. As I leave the classroom, I hear an electronic noise. It seems to be coming from the portable terminal I stashed in my pocket. When I remove it, I see some words displayed on the screen. The next combatants will be announced on the second floor bulletin board. Combatant announcement? That must mean who I'm going to battle one-on-one with. I don't fully understand, but I ought to go to the second floor bulletin board to find out. In answer to the notice sent to my terminal, I reluctantly head to the bulletin board. On that now dreaded white piece of paper posted there, two names have been written. The first name is my own. The other name is Master Shinji Mato. Battlefield, 1st Chimeric Lunar Sea. So, you're my first opponent. I'm surprised you even managed to qualify. Oh. At some point during my initial shock, Shinji came up beside me. But I guess here all things are possible. Hey, you might even be the most powerful magus here. We're at different levels even though we're friends. But still, I should congratulate you. Hey, didn't you just barely squeak through the prelims? I guess you're a charity case.
なんだかね。
I guess being mediocre has its advantages. You get all of those handicaps and whatnot. Keep in mind that this tournament is all about true strength, so don't get too overconfident. And the guys who are running this are geniuses. Just look how intense the first round is. Come on, I mean, forcing people to give up friendships in order to win? That's pretty insane. Oh, what a cruel mistress fate can be, right? Even me, the strongest master here, is pained by this. After that little outburst, Shinji puts on a plastic smile and pats me on the shoulder. Well, let's keep things clean, okay? It should be a good fight. After all, you're a master too. When we see each other again, it will be as enemies. Don't let our former friendship hold you back. I have to fight Shinji and his servant. No matter how many times I repeat myself, the meaning of the words fail to register in my brain. Do I have to kill a friend and fellow human being when I don't have any clue as to why? This whole situation has fast become a nightmare. If Shinji is making light of the situation, why do I feel like I'm trapped in hell? An electronic chiming sounds from my terminal. The primary cipher key has been generated. Primary cipher key? What's that supposed to be? I guess it's supposed to be a key of some kind. It'd be a good idea to ask that priest from before, Kotamine, about messages received via my terminal. He did say that all participants have the right to ask about any of the basic rules of the tournament. Ah, the young master. I have a few things to say to you before you enter the arena. Earlier, the computer registered that your primary trigger has been generated, did it not? 2 triggers must be retrieved by the end of each week if you mean to participate in the tournament. We've been through this a couple of times, I know. Combat between masters is prohibited in the arena and on campus at all times. If for some reason a fight occurs, the system will shut it down within 3 turns. As a penalty, the status of any master caught in the fighting on campus will be downgraded. Oh right, we can look at new info. Keyword Maleficium. The witchcraft that caster uses is all physical phenomena performed with her own body. While common magecraft are programs that recompose what exists around, witchcraft are programs that recompose the raw materials in one's own body, according to caster's own words. This time there's only one due to the constraints of the moon cell, but originally I could produce 1 million troops from my multiple tails. That is really suspicious, though. Territory creation. This skill allows one to create a reality tailored specifically to their skills as a magus. Unfortunately for... they just straight up say who she is. Unfortunately for Tamamo no Mae, her personality is ill-suited for the task of manipulating reality, and she has great difficulty even creating a small-scale crafting studio for creating minor amulets and other types of low-level talismans. That's why it's only C grade. Let's see. Is there anything we can go to this church for? Nope. Okay. Can't use the church yet. Starting today, the nurse's office will stock healing supplies. Healing supplies can be provided once around to every master. Please don't forget to come by when you have a spare moment. Ether powder. Okay. Silver, going to get the trigger? Well, it sucks to be you. I'm going in right now, too. Total cretin like you wouldn't be able to find it, but good luck anyway. Gah! That dirty calculating! How dare you insult my beloved master so? Master, hurry up and go after him. Pound that little guppy into chum. think I'll grab some more ether powders. Actually, yeah. Or I could get a return crystal. I'll get an ether shard and an ether crystal. Or ether powder. First floor, let's go. Smells like cheap cologne and desperation. It must be that smarmy little punk. But this might be a golden opportunity to get some info on them. Let's track them down before they leave, Master. And, Master, lots of stuff happens here, and if you miss out, any info you might have gotten will be lost for good. Also, you can only enter the arena once a day. Make sure you thoroughly explore it before leaving for the day.
それでは張り切っていきましょう。
Alright,
いきますね。頑張りますね。はい。聞いてください。やっちゃいます。負ける気がしません。バリバリ乗ろうぞ。だから選抜的面。
ow.
やっぱ人の世は儚いものですね。
You know what I kind of want to see now that I think about it?
頑張りますね。はい。
I want to see a Fate game done in this style, but it's PvP.
はい、お粗末様でした。おあいにく様、ブサイクモデルに用はないと言いますか。
Let's see. The idea of basically just having everybody go through with Fate Grand Order characters and the rock, paper, scissors system or whatever.
参ります。
I think that would be kind of neat.
頑張りますね。やっちゃいます。聞いてください。やっちゃいます。負ける気がしません。いきますよ。はい、お粗末様でした。尻尾汚れちゃいました。
Oh, she sounds so disappointed. My tail got all dirty. Ow.
さあもっといい声で泣いてもらいましょう。見ていてください。
Ow. Alright, back to the fountain.
死ぬかな。サクッと次に行きましょう。
Hey, it's that Weasley little jerk! I knew he'd show up. You'll run into your opponents in the arena a lot. You never know how these meetings will turn out, but this might be a great chance to see what they're up to. Silver, you're late! While you were crawling along like the slug you are, I obtained the trigger. What's with that look? Your skills are pathetic compared to mine, so don't be so harsh on yourself. And speaking of you losing, let me introduce my servant. I'm going to win. It's not like it matters to me. If you can't even get your cipher keys, you might as well accept your game over right here and now. Seriously, feel free to turn him into a bullet-ridden corpse whenever you feel like it. Okay, but are you sure you're done gloating? I found myself enjoying your meaningless chatter.
ほら、うちのマスターは人間付き合いがご存知の通り下手くそだろ。
As you can see, when it comes to talking to others, my master is a total social retard, right?
坊やとは珍しく意気投合して
Seeing him actually having a conversation with you, I thought we could settle this peacefully.
何勝手に
When the hell do you get off analyzing me? He's my enemy! You shut up already? Look at the tough guy. I have to admit, I admire the fact you're evil enough to give a friend a beatdown. The darkness of your grubby little soul is impressive, Shinji. Oh yes, I expect a generous reward later. Alright. I'm gonna save state here just in case. Let's see.
行きますよ。土俵際です。ご主人様。
I'm just gonna load that state. Oops.
土俵際です。ご主人様。頑張りますね。感謝です。
Ow.
ご主人様、ファイト。 見ていてください。
Ouch. This is gonna hurt. Ooh. Crap.
もう気づかれたのかよ。
Looks like the Seraph has its eye on us. Oh well, there's no need to take him out right now anyway. No one likes seeing you grovel in the dirt like trash. Beg hard enough and I might make you my underling. Who knows? I might even share some of the prize money with you. Can't believe that punk dared to desecrate the supple skin of this fair maiden, I'll rip him to shreds. Oh yeah, considering his servant uses a gun, she might be an archer, but don't quote me on that. So yeah, really investigate the arena to find info on the enemy and maybe gain a tactical advantage. The key to surviving the Holy Grail War is to gather as much info as you can. And to follow my nose, of course. I guess you're right. More praise, please. Or you could just rub my ears. Oh yeah, this war is also a race against time. We might not see that little punk again tomorrow. Some info is only available on certain days, so you should try to search the arena every day. Just gonna go ahead and heal. Alright, I guess now we can go look around the rest of the floor. Kendo Sword.
適当にやっちゃいましょう。
From what I remember about enemies like this, they rely heavily on defense, so... break.
いきますよ。 やっぱ人の世は儚いもの。いきますよ。
Nice crit.
やっぱ人の世は儚いものですね。いきますよ。存分に睨んでください。やりました。レベルアップです。この空気懐かしいです。私も以前はここで。
These guys, from what I remember, are
参ります。
pretty aggressive and tend to go for attack and break, so...
いきますよ。やっちゃいます。100里を行くものは95ですよ、マスター。 感謝です。ご苦労様します。取ってきた。100両95ですよ、マスター。バリバリ 快適でした。
Alright, first trigger. Each floor of the arena will have a trigger. If you don't find 2 of them, you can't enter the elimination battle. Check the terminal menu to see if you've obtained the required triggers. So this is a trigger. Kotomine said that there are 2 per round, so do not forget to obtain the second one.
連動ボタンクリア。
Obnoxious busywork complete! Guess I'll take the opportunity to finish out the rest of the floor. And once I finish looking through the rest of the floor, I guess we can call it a stream. So we go through this way. Ah, another one of these.
行きますね。バリバリ呪うぞ。
Ow.
それ。ご主人様、ファイト。 見ていてください。感謝です。それ。ご主人様、ファイト。 バリバリ呪うぞ。感謝です。お返しです。
There we go.
はい、お粗末様でした。なんか楽しく。
Aha! Go.
お粗末様でした。お疲れ様。経験値をありがとう。
Phoenix Scarf. Wow, Master! You actually found some formal wear? Lucky us! Most formal wear is infused with powerful special abilities referred to as code casts. To use those abilities, press square. Of course, you'll have to equip it first to see what skills are there.
レアアイテムゲットです。
Let's see. Equip. Phoenix Scarf with heal 16. Slightly heal servants HP. Alright. go. Ow. I'm just gonna go full aggro on this thing. There we go. Alright, and with that, I guess we can head out. I hate that jerk. I could turn the other cheek if he just meant me, but you're not weak. Because we're almost always famous, most people can recognize legendary souls by their true name. That's the kind of information we need to gather tomorrow, Master. Then we can form a battle plan. Alright, and we have absolutely cleared that first floor. So, Archer? Question mark? No other information right now. Actually, hold on. Oh, that's just it. Alright. Thanks. Alright. Just gonna go ahead and save here. And, let's go ahead and see who we can raid. Let's go ahead and raid Tool of Trouble, who is currently doing some Fate Grand Order stuff. And, we'll go ahead and raid with Tactical Mekon inbound. Alright. So we're gonna raid Two Love Trouble. Later on this evening, I'll probably be streaming some Mega Man Eternal. And oh boy, that game's gonna be fun. I say sarcastically. Well, I'll see you guys later. Let's go ahead and raid.